Good morning, world. Happy Friday, everyone. Just going to close my door. 2 seconds. Thank you. So, hello, good morning. Welcome to Friday in the Paint with Pete studio. My name is Pete Obsolete. Welcome to the gallery day. So it's Friday, every Friday in the studio, certainly in the Paint with Pete sessions. We exhibit all the work that we've done this week. I'll talk through what we've done and how to frame it and how to kind of place it a little bit as well. I've got it all behind my big most wanted obsolete formats flag. So take a couple of minutes. If you haven't got yourself some blue tack or an area on your wall, please get that now. Easy as just making some space on the fridge, on the wall that you're sitting next to, anything like that. Bit of blue tack and you have yourself a mini exhibition space, okay? So we'll talk through the week. We'll go through Monday's doodle day, Tuesday's colour day, Wednesday's lettering day, yesterday's portrait day, and obviously today is Friday. And we are in the studio, in the gallery, looking at our work. I think it's always very important to kind of review what you've done and be able to have it in front of you so you can see what you've done and you can work out what you liked, what you didn't like, where you want to move, where you want to improve, where you want to take stuff as well. Okay, sort my Mac out, excusez-moi. Where's my water as well? Water's next to Kanye. There we are. Okay, 2 seconds. Lovely. Okay, cool. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. You may recognise this canvas from the canvas behind me, from the camo behind me. I collaborate with Most Wanted Wines as much as I physically can do. They are amazing. A really creative wine company in Gloucestershire as well. Shouts to Sarah and the whole team behind Most Wanted Wines. A week ago, yesterday we did a very special Valentine's Day Paint with Pete. So if you want to see that, please check out Most Wanted Wines on their Facebook or their Instagram. It's there. We drank some Prosecco and drew some Valentine's Day cards. They gave me this camo as part of the show mentality, but it was a surprise. So when I got it through the post, I was very, very happy seeing my branding and the amazing people at Most Wanted, their branding, on one beautiful collab. We've then extended that into some merch. So we've got a bag, Mac bag in there as well, a Mac pocket, sorry, and the water bottle and some sweatshirts. So please check them out if you like the patterning work that I do. Give me a shout, give them a shout, give everybody a shout. Today, I do at the start of the show, I am repping my No Space Obsolete collab t-shirt. Shouts to the No Space gang. Caveman, Tobaja, Cheap Prophecy, Tomonymous, Blue, everybody supporting Manchester music, anyone supporting music right now. These guys are amazing. Please check out Tangerine Daydream on YouTube. Follow all the links and stuff. They are No Space. I think it's just at No Space on Instagram. Forgive me, I don't have my phone on me. So yeah, please check them out. They're honestly, individually, absolutely incredible musicians. Myself and my hetero life mate, Reverend Austin, shouts to Rev Austin, had a radio show. We had them on for one of the shows. We interviewed them and got a live performance as well, or a couple of live performances. Absolutely incredible. I'll try and find them and I'll get them on the Obsolete Format site. It used to be on MCR Live. We used to have a radio show called Big Red. So yeah, RIP MCR Live. Hope everyone's doing alright that side as well. Yeah, there we are. Rep local artists, musicians, painters, rappers, poets, all that good stuff. Okay, on that drum roll, I'm going to reveal the gallery. So I'm going to take my flag down and we can see everything that we've done this week. And there we are. So we've done loads as usual this week, much like every week in the Paint with Pete. I'm super keen to capitalise on this kind of potential energy that I know everybody has. And if you're missing a bit of socials as well as a bit of expressionism, that's what the Paint with Pete are for. We do an hour every day, 10 to 11, Monday to Friday. Monday is doodles, Tuesday is colour, Wednesday is lettering, Thursday is portraits where we choose a famous person and draw them. And it's Friday, so Friday is gallery day. So this week went a little bit like this. We started on Monday. I wanted to get some freestyle stuff going. I wanted people just to feel a bit looser on a Monday morning. Just get those pens out, get the ink flowing, as well as our creative energy. So, this was Mondays. I'll put them back up in a second. All we did was draw some hearts. I'm still in the kind of, I was going to say fallout of Valentine's Day, but it's all about pushing love in the world. It doesn't always have to be just on Valentine's Day, obviously. So we drew some hearts, spread some love to ourselves and the world, and we just filled a page with that. He's probably going to go into next week because I love that background, it's amazing. So every piece that we do, even if it is just a bit of sketchbook work, much like this guy, this was the second one, you can evolve it, you can choose to go back into it. We can obviously trust ourselves and have the confidence to put colour in it, or put paint over it and develop those layers. So this guy was Smiler, so we were practicing our one-line techniques, so not leaving the page at all. You'll see the evolution of that in a sec. So this guy is just made up of one single line, so we do eyes and nose, and then head and mouth, and then add maybe add some details, so a frown or like a mouth line as well. Again, that's Monday's session. Please have a look at the video after this one, that would be amazing. If you're into your doodling, again, I am a massive doodler. I will always promote being a doodler. It is the very first thing on any creative's list, I think, where you just kind of find yourself just doodling and finding that creative energy just has to leak out. That's what's happening. You're just doodling. It might not even be a conscious decision to do that. But all the way through school and college and university, in my lectures, in my books, in my folders, would just be doodles all the time. I'd fill the whole margin and the top bit up, and then illustrate any point made, etc. So this is where these bits come in. So we started with a single line drawing of our own face. So we'll save them for a minute. This single line technique again is just all about trust in the pen and trusting yourself. These drawings, where's the first one? This guy. These drawings were all done looking at the paper. Again, that comes into it in a minute. So these were actually looking at the paper but not taking our pen lines off. I did 3 self-portraits. So there's one. He's going to fall off, I'll just hold him. So there's Pete with his crazy messy beard, lockdown beard, repping our Capo t-shirt and a Vans hat. That was the first one. The second one was this guy, not you. As you can probably see from the previous drawing and this drawing, there was an evolution. So the more I'm drawing my face, the more those proportions get pulled in, the more we practice. I wouldn't say perfect, but the nearer it gets to a final drawing. So this was the next one. So again, seeing that in order, you can see that the proportions become a lot more. It looks, I think that this looks a lot more like me than the other drawings. Again, let's put them up. Give me that. I want to show you. Blue tack is a man's best friend after dogs, obviously. So I'm just going to blue tack these guys up so we can all see them. There we are. And then I'll leave that one up. And then something happened by sheer accident. So this next set of drawings, these two, were both drawn with a single line technique that we did in the previous 3, but we weren't looking at the page. I covered my eyes and we weren't allowed to look at the page or have any sort of inspiration. So this was all blind drawing or blindfolded drawing. So there's a couple of self-portraits. There we are. Leave them up as well, so we can go up there. Stay there. So there was Doodle Day. Again, we just played around with that a little bit. We also drew the 20 skulls. So that was before the single line drawing. So again, just that break between this kind of rough freehand, kind of almost unconscious drawing. We then did 20 skulls, 4x5. Each one hopefully has a different personality, different character. There we are. So again, these are just not completely single line drawings, but as close to as possible. Again, just to kind of get that practice out, but also give it a little bit of a context. So we were drawing skulls, so we knew the context, and we could draw anything within that. So any skull we could draw. It took us about 5, probably 6, maybe 5 or 6 minutes, yeah. So nice little practice, and again, I'll show you what that looks like framed after we've gone through the whole week. All right, there we are. I am going to add a little. Excuse them. I am going to get the paints out in a second as well, probably at brew time, to finish off my piece that was created on colour day. So Tuesday, very good day. Love me some Tuesdays. I'll do them in a minute as well. Okay, so Tuesdays was colour. Every colour day, I love interacting with you guys because you guys decide and dictate what colour comes out in the Paint with Pete sessions, and also the names of the canvas. All right, so I've got this guy to finish. I'll show you them. We basically just I asked the audience for some colours. On the way to making those colours, we made about 16,000 other colours. This was the abstract piece from the colour day. So again, we're just using the colour that was dictated and given to us by the audience. There we are. So again, I'll show you what this looks like framed. It might look a little bit washy or a little bit kind of empty at the moment, but again, within a frame, within its own context, it becomes something more. All right, I'll just show you that again, just so you can see. All I've done is just use the paint and a dead brush. So Mr. Dead, a brush that doesn't work as a brush anymore, and pull that paint down, and you see the kind of negatives in it. I love this. Absolutely love it. You can go back upstairs. There we go. We also did, and I think this was our doodle practice. I'm doing this in a different order of the day, but oh well. So again, just to get our doodle out on Tuesday, we did our doodle heart. Again, heart of hearts. We drew a faint heart in pencil, and then went through exactly the same technique that we did on Monday for our heart. So this is a really good practice. If anyone wants to make one of these, please check the show out, or just grab yourself a pen, draw a load of hearts, colour them in, choose 4 colours, and then cut it out so it gives it a little bit more of a kind of piece. You know, you could stick that up, you could wallpaper paste it, put it on your door, put it anywhere, put it on your front door, put it on your window if you want to do a blue one for the NHS. Loads of different ideas in this. And again, your doodles become more than doodles once you give them a purpose and a direct context. So once you cut them out and give them like, okay, he's going to go on my wall, gives them a purpose for being, makes the meaning a bit stronger in your work, I find as well. So he's going back up there. 1, 2, let's get that blue tack on, stay there. Okay. Just sneak this dude off. There we go. So I also need a name for this guy who was created in the colour session. I also have a big canvas here, I'll show you that. So, Regarde, there's the canvas, just so you can see it. I want to show you the big guy as well, he's massive though. So, I've also started this guy. I wasn't planning on getting him out today. I've also started this canvas. So, any of the paint, or the colours, or the tones, or the ideas that come through from the amazing audience members of the Paint with Pete sessions, certainly on Tuesday, they go to 3 different places, or 2 different places. One of them is my head, first and foremost. So I've got a natural bank of colour that we've already created. I've made it myself, so I've seen it. I can log that in as a colour that I want to make in the future. The other 2 places that it stays are on an A2 piece like this. This will go into our frame very soon. It'll also be up on my site once we've added a little bit more to him. So I want him to have a bit of pink in. I've fell in love with pink again. I love this yellow, but the pink will flash against it, so I'll do some pink, then we'll do some black over the top, maybe some gold. Okay, I'll switch that, pink, then gold, then black on this guy. But any colour that you guys have suggested goes on a piece. And I also want to start this as a kind of evolution of my own work as well, so the actual canvases that I create. So you are a direct influence and a direct inspiration for the work that we're producing in these sessions. as well as the work that I'm producing as Obsolete on my own. There's a few different projects coming up in the next couple of months, so please give me a shout for them, and yeah, like and share when they drop. I think you're going to like them. I'm very excited to share them. I'm also very excited to kind of get back into the clothing mindset, there's a clue, and also my art direction. So a lot more kind of photography and film based articles or formats, obviously formats, should be coming out very, very soon, if not the next couple of weeks and months. So he's going back on the wall. I've basically got a big wall where I'll paint my canvases. He's the first one on there. And you guys have helped me create him, so thank you very much. I really genuinely appreciate all the interactions and the very silly and various different coloured ideas, stuff to draw, celebrity people, words, descriptive words, all of that. I absolutely love the suggestions, so thank you very much. Cheers, everyone. Rightio. So the next day was Wednesday, right? I'll cover the days in about half an hour, then we're going to do a little bit of work on my piece, and then we'll get into the framing. All right, so I'm just talking through my week so far. I don't want to leave my gallery empty, so again, please name this guy. He's going to have pink and gold and black, but you can name him. Then whichever lucky devil gets this guy on their wall, buys it for their house or for someone else's house, you are directly involved, right? I'll sign it, I'll write the name that we come up with together on the piece, date it, show you it framed. If he doesn't fall off anymore, come on lad, he can go there. There we go. Yeah. Come on. Don't work with dogs, children, and blue tack, apparently. I love it. So, oh well. There we are. Just double checking he's definitely on. Good. Okay. Sorry. Just had to make sure that we are fully secure in the in the gallery. They love falling off. Okay. So that was colour day. So that was only Tuesday. We've only done 2 days so far. We've got all this half of the gallery. So Wednesday is lettering day. Lettering, I always try and cover everything from kind of handwriting to professional fonts, how to draw an approachable font, and also just hopefully kind of incentivizing you to just try and draw different fonts. You can get fonts from anywhere. The internet, a huge resource for branding, logos, ideas. Obviously we've got things like magazines. And do you remember those things called books? Do you remember books? Books have always obviously directly related to writing, so documenting the written word or the spoken word in books has been forever and ever, well certainly for a good couple of thousand years, so even looking at books that are in a different language from a different time, more than anything a different culture. One of the most important things about art is that you are a sponge, a natural sponge to just drink up all these little bits of beautiful information and inspiration across the world. I find a lot of inspiration coming from my English heritage, my upbringing, my family, my childhood, the country I'm in. That obviously goes down to things like the countryside, cities, the few beaches we've got, and the countryside in winter and all that sort of stuff. However, that's half of my idea, half of my head is that traditional kind of old school English guy. The other half is directly influenced by colour. You know, the colour in the Indian spice, for example, West African tribal culture, colour used in ancient African tribes, the language barriers that we have between each other and the beautiful things that come out of conversation. Everything is inspiration, right? So being this kind of half and half head means that you can stick to your traditional aspects, but you are open to include completely new ways of thinking from different times, ages, all of that sort of stuff. That comes back directly to the lettering. So I'm basically talking through getting everybody confident about drawing this bubble font, okay? You've probably seen it quite a few. I've got loads of different versions of these. We make them every week. but having that inspiration where you can just be like, okay, it's a bubble, I'm just going to draw a bubble, is part of that. All right, so you can draw anything because it's art. And if you have a pencil, one of these guys, there's no mistakes. You just can't make them. It's simple as that. Just do art. Very good. In the lettering day this week, we put a lot of emphasis on handwriting to start with. So the handwriting. All I was asking is that you do a kind of cursive, joined up, no space piece of writing. I wrote obsolete has you. That is the obsolete ethos. So again, just to explain that, the idea of obsolete having you. If you buy something from anyone, you're buying it and you own it. With obsolete, there's a little bit of me in everything that I do. So you're buying a bit of me and I'm getting a bit of you back. It's a deal. All right, this is a fair swap. So obsolete has you is the ethos. It's very positive. It's nothing negative, honestly. So I just wrote obsolete has you with no spaces. All right, no spaces. So no space between the letters and as little space between the lines as I could. I sped up a little bit, and obviously we then widened the word and made the word bigger. So it does kind of change. You're accidentally learning leading and kerning, two very typographical words and descriptive words to show the space between the letters and the words and the space between the lines themselves. So there we are. It was only a 5-minute job, but there's quite a lot of technicals in there, and obviously, as always, amazing practice for your hands. Good warm up, practice your name, practice writing quickly and efficiently. So that was number 1, 5-minute job. Next up, I kind of went down the route of the how to build the structure of the letters. If you have missed any of the lettering workshops, I'm super keen to get everyone drawing this bubble, but how we draw that bubble is create blocks. Regarding. So one of the biggest tricks in art is convincing, or I wouldn't say lying to yourself, but there's tricking your brain, all right? So if you see an N and you can't work out how it's built up, how it's been drawn or designed flat, break it up into shapes, break it up into tiny little bits of shape. So circles, squares and triangles are obvious ones. We've got rectangles here, and then that will make it so much easier of a translation in your head. So being able to see the N is made up of 3 bars, a vertical, a diagonal and a vertical. And again, like the P and the Q, we've got this circle and like a kind of little dash. Again, flatten those up. Same with the P. Just practice those lines and then allowing yourself to go over them. There we are. You can go down there. Okay, so next up, Redbeard can stay there. Yeah, he's all right. Okay, so the next thing that we did on lettering day, still on Wednesday, after our handwriting and our structures, I wanted everyone to create a paint with and then their name. All right, I am paint with. I am. Said it a couple of times this week. I am Pete Obsolete. You are in the paint with Pete's, but I am also painting with you in exactly the same way as the Obsolete has you idea, where it's a trade, it's a deal. You know, we shake hands metaphorically. I am painting with you as well as you painting with me. So I wanted everybody to get a bit of a plaque going that said paint with Dave, paint with Mike, paint with Susan, whoever you are. So if you do want to have a look at that, that was Wednesdays, and you can make your own. Again, all I've done is pencil line in the writing in bubble. I've gone over it in black, being very careful where my negatives sit. So where is it sitting behind it or in front of it? I've added some hearts and asterisk and some ink droplets. And then again, I've cut it out. It gives it a bit more of a badge mentality. So I hope everybody's got something that says paint with and their name on it. Because again, we are doing this together. So I hope you've got one of these and you can put it up in your studio every time you paint or draw with me. So every time I'm holding a session, I put this one up now. I did have Obsolete and Most Wanted as well, but I think having the Paint with Pete gets me into a good mindset of painting and also secures, confirms the fact that we're in the studio and that we need to be in an artist mindset. Paint with Pete, there we are. Please make your own. After that, I'm trying to think if we did anything else. I think I just extended that idea. I made a very big sign, a big plaque. So mine says Redbeard the Great. Redbeard is another of my alter egos. More of the rap mindset. So I'm in a rap team called Dead Kings. Shouts to Seymour and the Manchester hip hop community. Love you guys. But I am Redbeard in rap, in rhyme. So I decided to create, or like trying to incentivize people to give themselves a rap or a graffiti name. So like another alter ego or an alter ego that you can then operate under. So you've got paint with whoever. I've not written my name. I've written my alter ego's name. So I have a red beard, like a pirate. Because there's a pirate link in there, I put a eye patch, some Jolly Roger skull and crossbones, and a parrot, just to make sure. And again, these X's kind of look like the bones a little bit. So there's a bit of a reference in there. If you haven't decided on your alter ego yet, you know, if you want to take today, do it after the session, do it over the weekend. Just come up with a silly name. If you've ever had a nickname or like an abbreviation of your original name, you can use that. All right, so mine is Redbeard. I chose Redbeard the Great. You can have anything like King Redbeard, or you know, like I'm trying to think of something like Thelonious the Monk. I don't know. Think of a crazy alter ego, whether your rap name or your graffiti name. It could be an artist name. So I use Pete Obsolete for everything though. So Pete Obsolete is the painter, the artist, illustrator, host, etc. Redbeard kind of faded a little bit because I realised that I am Pete Obsolete, and that too many alter egos spoil the broth. So I dip in and out of Redbeard. You might see some more stuff from Redbeard very soon though. So there we are. Egos in the bank. Okay, 5 more minutes till we have a brew time. We have a little break. I'm going to grab some water. I'll say my good mornings very soon as well. Hello, I just want to talk through my work. Very excited to show you all. Okay, hello. Not liking it, is he there? Okay, we'll move in a minute. Okay, so on yesterday was Portrait Day. Every week in the Paint with, you can probably see him on the side there. Every week in the Paint with Pete's. On Monday, I asked the amazing audience to give us some names to draw. So you can draw with me. I basically put a load of celebrity names in the hat. Thank you so much to everybody who suggested anything. Who's in there at the moment? Okay, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill. We've got Billy Connolly, Rowan Atkinson, Erica Badu. Amazing shouts to Pippa Rankin, the most beautiful woman on the planet. It will be very hard drawing her for me. Who else is in there? There's loads of different people. Dawn French. Who else? There's a load of other people in there. I can't remember. There's a long list. Thank you so much for the suggestions. If you didn't see us draw your suggestions so far, we've drawn Donald Trump, Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves, MF Doom. Yesterday's is coming up very soon. If you haven't seen us draw them though, they go back into the hat. So if you haven't drawn them, they go into next week's potential show for drawing out and then drawing them. We did Kanye, he's over there. But first, as always on a Thursday, I go through the basic structure of the face. Nice pink line, big egg, break the face up, go over it with a nice bright orange. We gave him some Leonardo DiCaprio curtains and a kind of Lieutenant John McClane beard, or Detective John McClane beard, and then I put a signature obsolete skull over the top. So again, I've got 4 or 5 of these. They're all different colours. Again, how they look framed is completely different from how they look now. So in about 10-15 minutes, I'll get framing and you'll be able to see them go from flat to framed, a bit more cleaner and a lot neater. There we go. So yesterday, I put all the names in the hat. We drew out Mr. Kanye West. I drew Kanye from, I think it was about 2006. I think. Pretty happy with it. Like I said yesterday in the show, what I didn't realise is that when you look at somebody for so long and you're studying them to draw them, they look completely different from how you imagine them. So obviously if you look at a picture, you can go, yeah, it's Kanye. after looking at him for quite a while, there are areas of this picture that I'm very, very happy with that are quite accurate. There are bits that aren't that accurate. So the eyes are a little bit too far apart, only a little bit. I tried to extend his jaw to make it a caricature. I then pulled it back in with this black edge around the edge, just to give him a bit more of his kind of, you know, signature jawline. Hairline might be a little bit high, but I know I can go back into this, much like the MF Doom piece. He didn't start like this, but it's having the knowledge and the confidence to kind of go back into the piece. I was super happy with this when I drew it. I am extra double happy with it now because it is finished and there is an edge around it. It's very clean, and again the framing just makes it look amazing. Lovely. So that is our week in the Paint with Pete studios. All I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a little break after brew time. I'll talk through some bits and bobs. I've got a few different announcements as well, so stay tuned. But if you do need a break, please grab yourself some food, some fruit, some water and some fresh air if you do need it. Do some adult things if you want as well. We'll take 2 to 5 minutes just to kind of get back to ourselves, put the work down. If you've got a brew in your hand, 10 million points. If you need to make a brew, now's the time. I'm going to grab some water. Let's say some hellos. Okay. Oh wow, good morning. Everyone's talking about alter egos. My favourite. Cheers. Please don't be scared to put tags as well. You know, I'm fully aware that this is a place to celebrate each other, celebrate art. If you want to put any sort of tags for your work and your pages and stuff in the videos, please make it sort of relatable. Obviously, we're talking about alter egos now. So shouts to Lady Abigail Swan with a double N. Amazing work. Yeah, what's her name? Spooky Yabs. I love that name. Very good work. Spooky Yabs. Mr. Ed Hampson is Pocket Pine as well. Very good. I've had a few, you know, Pete Ops. I'm Pete Opsley now. I've been Monarch and Miniman, Beefcake at one point. Loads of different names. Mrs. Barton. Shouts to the King and Queen of Keyworth and the Mad Marmoset. Very good work. Amazing. There we are. Let's see if there's anyone else online. 2 seconds, everyone. I just want to say hello to everyone. Come on. My Mac is playing Silly Buggers again. Okay, so I'm going to add a bit of gold and pink. I've got my pink and my gold down here ready. All I really want to do with him is just add a little flare of pink. So I might just go round it in pink and then over it in black. Then gold and black. Just to see what happens. I'm probably going to have to put him on here. So I'm just going to put him on a bit of mount board. Just so I can, I've moved my studio around so I don't have a table here. So I'm just going to put him on a bit of hardboard. Just so I can paint. And obviously I can then control drip really well. Actually, that's a really good idea. Okay, cool. I'm going to do him in a second. I'll put him on the radiator. So just a couple of things. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've had a good week. I really, really hope that you and your family and everyone around you, your friends as well, are doing good. If you are suffering a little bit, please take that time to get back to yourself. It is so important. If you're getting a bit bored, if everything's getting a bit too Groundhog Day on a loop every day, please just do something a little bit different. Even if you allocate an hour later on in the afternoon to do something different every day, go for a walk. You do 7 walks every week by the end of the week. Easy things. For an hour every day, you can join me for painting and drawing. So again, I want to make sure that people are have no excuse to not pick a pen up or get creative. It is such a good element for your head. For the temple tap, shouts to Austin. You've got to think about you as well as what's going on outside. Maybe not too much on the outside, but again, work on your house. You can decorate, draw on the walls if it's your house. Grab a pen, grab some paper, and just write, draw. You know, draw anything. Draw yourself. Draw friends and family. Draw your hand. Make up a crazy alter ego like we've done. If you need any ideas for just getting out of that head, please check out Paint with Pete. Please share it, and if you need to tag someone in it who you know isn't really feeling it too much, please shout them out. Give them a call as well. Just make sure we're supporting everybody, and that includes each other, your friends and family, artists, musicians, any self-employed people, any independent bars and restaurants. liking and sharing does help. All right. So if you like and share a piece, you're showing that label or the brand or the artist that you are with them on this journey. All right. You guys are with me. I'm with you. We are painting together. That's the whole idea of the Paint with Pete's. Amazing work. Bless. I hope everyone's doing good. Talking of Pete Obsolete. So I did the single line drawings. If you would like a portrait doing in a single line, these are blindfold drawings. I will literally not look at the page and I will draw you from a photo that you send me. These are already up online on my site, so houseobsolete.bigcartel.com. We're changing that soon, don't worry about that. But if you want a portrait, I've done quite a few already. So here's a few blindfold portraits, £7. I throw a sticker and free postage in as well. So you get a nice A3 piece on cartridge paper, really nice paper. Hand drawn by me, and I'll send it out whenever the order comes in. Amazing. That's me. Thank you very much. Let's get some more water. Okay, so the first things first, we need to start on our piece. I say our because it still needs a name. I need you guys. Please come up with a name. That would be amazing. Hello, sorry, my Mac's playing silly buggers. Okay, cool. So I'm going to get my pink, strap in there. I'm not going to do much to this guy. I think I'm just going to go over him because this pink is beautiful. So all I'm doing is just putting a pink line over my latest skull creation. There we go. Nice and easy, just adding some pink just to contrast. I don't know if you can see that. If you can contrast the green. So, sorry, just concentrating. Hope you can see this a little bit. I don't know if you can actually. So we've got our pink line. I need a name. I hate saying the piece, just skull. I need to address him as a name. I'm going to call him Pink. I'll just call him Pink for now until someone comes up with a name. There we are. So I'm going to put gold eyes again because I love using that gold. There is a few versions of this green and gold, but again I can't turn away from it. It's too nice. So I'm going to just get my mask on because the gold is very strong. So I'm just going to do a little detail of gold in the piece. And I'm going to go over it in black, and then we'll do the reveal, and we should be ready to frame. So, can you stand there? No. Just while I get prepared. Okay. So again, with this stuff, I've already got some in there. With this stuff, you have to mask up. If you see me using it and I'm not wearing a mask, I am holding my breath as long as I can, alright? I've got a window open as well because I know it's pretty noxious stuff, right? I only need a little bit, there's a little bit left in my pot. So I'm going to put a mask on and then we're going to get in. Shout out to my Harris Tweed mask. I absolutely love this mask. Okay. A little bit in the water. I'm just going to go straight in. Okay, I'll show you it dripping. So So hopefully you can see that gold dripping. Just going to wait for him to get to a point that I like. Hopefully you can still hear me. I have to wear this mask, I'm afraid. So I'm basically just controlling, I'm not just showing you, look, I'm basically just controlling that gold. Okay, so I've got to the point, is everything on? Just double checking that my gold's alright. Yeah, fine. Good one. Good. Okay. Brush in the water. Lid on my gold. Airtight, please. Yeah. I can take my mask off as well. This mask is from Pristine in Wales. I got it with a couple of months ago. It's absolutely beautiful. Anyway. So again, I've christened him. I say christened, I'm just putting an obsolete plus sign. It's not like a cross, but I've put an obsolete plus on his head. I've let it dry for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then I'm going to let it drip so it's got a bit of a slower, more controlled drip. I do want him dry. Yes, by the end I'm just double checking the gold. By the end of the session so we can frame him. So let's just put him near my radiator. Look, so we can dry. Yeah. Okay. We're going to get a frame in a sec. Sort him out. So he can sit there, radiators below him, so he should be drying pretty quick. We'll hope that he's done by the time we need to frame him. Still got 20 minutes, so we should be absolutely golden, much like his eyes. Okay. So framing. This one is for my good friend Seymour. I mentioned him with the Dead Kings earlier. So this is Master Seymour's blindfold portrait. So there we are. I can show you again just by showing it you in the frame. You'll hopefully see that it looks a lot stronger and a lot more of an arty piece than if they're just on their own without the frame. So I want to frame a few of the bits that we've done this week. I've got my A3 and my big A2, still with Doom in it because I love it. If anyone wants any inquiries about the Doom piece, please give me a shout as well. It will be for sale. It'll be on my website next week. So I'm going to take both of these pieces out and we're just going to go through what the pieces that we created this week look like once they're in a frame. This is the true kind of nature of the gallery side of the Paint with Pete's. The gallery will cover things like exhibiting, a little bit of art direction in there just from where to place it, how to frame it, and what colour wall for it to go on and all that sort of stuff. If you get a white frame, if you've got a colour, if I had a gold room for example, this would look amazing. If I had a black room it would. If I had grey or purple or orange, I know that this would really pop out of that colour. Bit of a colour techers, loads of temple tapping today. So we'll start on the little one. I'm just going to take Mr. Seymour out of the frame and we're going to put in, what's the first one? We'll put in our smiler faces, alright? It was doodle day, non-technical, nothing finished really, but I want to show you what it looks like once you go from doodle to frame. So, let's get him down. Straight in. There we go. Okay. So again, even by framing it, I like it. I just not like it more, but it looks like a piece of art in situ. So in the situation I am wanting it to end up in. All right. There we are. So there's Smiler, our single line face. Let's take him out and see what else looks good in our smaller frame. Smilers, go back up. Now you can go down there for a sec. Same with the hearts, you know, monochrome. If you've got a black and white piece, monochrome, one tone, as it were, black against white. Again, just put the, get them in the frame. There we are. Really, really simple. I love this. I really, really like it. We've been very, in fact, you know, there was a little bit of kind of experience points in here. Forgive the bit of the dirty frame. Sorry, just got paint in my hand. As usual. There was a little bit of experience points in here. Those experience points are shown in the negative. So there was a nice natural border around the hearts. So we've got frame, a little white border, and then the start of the heart camo, which kind of really steps him up. Your eye goes into the middle of the piece instead of around the edges and checking all the bits. So there we are. Heart doodle, 5-minute drawing in a frame, looks completely different. Looks really good. Just check it on telly. Okay, what else we got? So let's frame. I'll show you my portrait framed as well, just really quick. They're going to go up in a sec. Give me a gentleman. So here's mine. And again, you know, a simple looking drawing, but on a shelf, on a wall, I think that would look really, really nice. You probably noticed that I've used it for all my profile photos. I really like this drawing. There's a kind of a weird narrative going from the top left to the bottom right. So like each layer seems like it's, you know, supposed to be there, like it's balanced. That is sheer good luck. And the other thing it is sheer practice. All right, I practice these kind of quite a lot. So if you do want one, please give me a shout. They are on my site, but you can do all of them yourself. Cover your eyes. Put the pen on the page, don't take it off, draw whatever you think you're seeing. Really good technique. Okay, next. So we'll move into the colour day. So I think we should see what our abstract piece looks like from Tuesday. They'll go back up. So, got this guy. Again, very abstract. I don't really paint like this. I'm going to. I really, really enjoy doing it. And again, these kind of, like every piece, there's a kind of bank of information and knowledge in there, so I can then go look back at the piece, find a colour, try and replicate it, etc. Let's put him in. I don't think that piece is going to be ready for today's gallery, I'm afraid. I will show you on Monday though. Wow, okay. So again, from flat to frame, gives it a whole new life, a whole new meaning, and a whole new purpose to itself. So there we are, there's our abstract piece just framed up. Really, really nice. I'm definitely going to be doing some more of these. I think if we did one, if we add it to our colour day, we'd be able to add it to a finished piece, a working canvas, but then we'll also have a kind of palette piece as well. That looks really, really nice. I might even put that up in my flat after the show. How exciting. Okay, cool. You'll see all the work that's been created in the sessions, as well as some other stuff come out in a couple of, well, next week and in the next coming weeks. All right, there we are. So if you've been waiting for some obsolete, well played, now's your time. There we go. Okay. Anything else we can frame? Even the word, even this guy, super quick. I just want to show you everything that we've done that's rough, or that is, you know, was done efficiently and creatively. But Again, simply by framing it, whole different context. Actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, good. There we are. If I do say so myself. You should all have similar pieces like this if you've been following the shows. So please grab yourself a frame or two. They can be really expensive, but they can be really cheap if you hunt them down on Amazon. That's my tip for today. Oh my lord, wow. Oh, come on. There's an art attack joke in there somewhere, when art attacks or something, I don't know. Okay. So we've done our smaller, I'm going to leave them in there, I'm just going to leave them in there, that's my favourite. So we've done our smaller pieces. I want to go to our larger pieces. I'm going to leave him in there, if he'll fit, which he will. Stay. Just going to move this around a little bit just so we can see it all. There we go. Heart can go there. There we are. The other thing you need as an artist is patience with everything. You know, materials, customers, clients, friends, relatives, everybody. Being patient with your materials is very important. So even if we're doing a show, my blue tack's not working, I'm cool with it. It's fine. I love blue tack. Okay, just admitting things. Okay, let's take Doom out and let's have a look what our A2 pieces look like from the week. So I think it's only right to start with our Doodle Day skulls. So bear with me. Just being a bit cautious. Cool. Mr. Doom. Nice and neat over there. Everything's falling off as usual. Absolutely fine. Okay, cool. So we have our massive piece of skulls. Get him in, get him in. Again, just being very gentle, making sure everyone's in. There we are. Okay, cool. There's always one. Okay, cool. So there's the frame of our skeletons. Again, a whole different ball game when you frame it. 10 minutes of doodling, 2 minutes of framing, 12 minutes later, you've got a piece for the wall. Okay, so there's Mr. Skulls. Cool. Skulls is coming out, he's going down here. Okay, he's still wet. Ooh. Okay, I think we've got about 8 minutes left. There's a chance he might be dry. I'm not gonna, don't quote me on it. And if there is a risk that he's wet, I just won't frame him. Otherwise it will ruin your frame or get paint on it at least. So again, patience with your materials. If it takes a little bit longer to dry, let it, absolutely fine. Worth the wait every time. Bars. Okay. Come on, lad. There's one. Two seconds. I'm still here, I'm just not having much fun with this guy. Come on. Blue tack, best friend, worst enemy. There we go, just sticking on the wall. I say patience and I've just got rather annoyed. That's alright. I mean, it's not as if we're on a time limit or anything, is it? Come on, frame. You're normally my best mate. I'm going down again, 2 seconds. Hooray! Someone give me a round of applause, hurrah! Wow, after 25 years of trying to frame this dude, we just realised we've got some dead air. It's, you know, curse of the radio show. Okay, so there we are. There's our piece that we did on yesterday for our structure lines. I'm going to get Kanye in for our last piece in the gallery. He's still wet, I'm afraid. We're going to have to wait for Monday. I'll show you on Monday, and obviously it'll be on the website, on my site, very soon as well. So, Mr. Yeezy. Okay, West is going in. Come on. The only time Kanye hasn't been difficult. Okay, that's a joke. There we are, so Mr. West, nice and framed up as well. So we drew him yesterday, pencil lined, based on the egg that I've just shown you, and the pink and orange piece. Then obviously we used the photo, put him up, drew him. Probably took about 10 minutes to draw the baseline, 20 minutes-ish, 20 minutes, half an hour to finish up. Again, there were bits that I really like about this. There were some that I'm a little bit unhappy with. But again, it's all about keep trying. I'm going to draw him again, work those little bits out, and hopefully get a nice little caricature of Kanye. He will go into the stack. And again, all the pieces will be up next week. So, I'm going to leave him up. Where can he go? He can just go there. Stay. In fact, I'll move him back in a minute. I'm just going to get everything back on the gallery, just so we've got a nice little finish up. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all looking forward to the weekend. I know it's not exactly the same, but we can still look forward to it. We can still make it a Saturday as well. So if you have a normal routine for a Saturday, pre-lockdown, stick to it as much as you can. Go for a walk, walk the dog, you know what I mean? Have a nice little break, have a brew, have a nice afternoon, watch a film, whatever you want. There's Mr. Skull. There we go. Okay, there's that guy. Just moving these around a little bit. There we go. There's some hearts. Stay. And Mr. West can go just there. Okay. Thank you very much. Start a sentence after you finish drinking. Thank you so much for joining me today in my gallery. We do this every week. Every Friday is gallery day. So we'll exhibit and talk through the whole week that we've done in the Paint with Pete studios. That's that side. We went from... I'll catch him one day, I'm sure. Just stay there. Give me a minute. Okay, cool. I'll be back. So yeah, Mondays was doodles, Tuesdays colour, Wednesdays lettering, Thursdays portraits, Friday. We made it, everybody. It's the gallery day. I'm going to make a brew. Have a nice sort of Friday afternoon. Go for a walk around the park. Why not? I hope you guys are safe and well. Please send me some love. Like and share whatever you want. If you want any special requests or any kind of ideas for the Paint with Pete's, please give them to me. I love the ideas that are coming from the Paint with Pete at the moment. Name my canvas. Name a celebrity that we can draw together. Give me a descriptive word for a font style. Give me a descriptive colour, so like a fun abstract colour. You can be involved next week. Excuse me, I might be making your colour. We might be naming the piece from the name you guys suggest. So, just having a look around, surrounded by the artwork from this week. I absolutely love these sessions. Thank you so much for staying in contact and getting involved, picking a pen up. Again, please, get people involved if you want. If you know they're not having the best of times, maybe a little bit of creative and a little bit of arty business in the morning may help. All right, 10 to 11 every morning, Monday till Friday. Shouts to No Space. Please have a listen. They're amazing. Again, every individual in that team is a Don. Please follow them and rep local. Absolutely amazing. It is bang on 11 o'clock. I have been Pete Obsolete. Thank you for joining me this week. I will see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. But until then, as always, stay safe, stay creative. Ciao.